Hello everyone and welcome to Portland Yard. It's time for a long overdue layout update. So to begin with the proceedings, we're going to actually start with a quick layout tour for those who haven't seen it. And on this side where we come through the door, we start with what will be our town depot area. So down at this end we start with our 3-bay roundhouse for our steam programme. At the moment nothing's currently sat in there, unless I'm using the steamers I don't tend to keep them sat in there, so if there's any shorts I don't risk damaging the decoders. Alongside there we have the machine shop where the BNSF Franken loco is currently residing. Usually if I've got a loco that needs some work done I'll stick it in there, but at the moment she's occupying the bay for no particular reason. On one of the little stopes here we have this little Tropicana switcher, which was a respray job many years ago and has since given up life, so now just sits there as a little museum piece. Come past the 130-foot turntable, which is the only one big enough to take the big boy Challenger. We come to another stop where we have a patched up Southern Pacific 70 tonner. This was one of the first DCC locomotives I bought, which was American. Then heading into the yard we have another stop track with an N-Scale Enthusiast limited edition model, which was the Norfolk Southern Red Main, along with a scale chains Gevo. Both the models are actually scale chains. Gevo needs a little looking at as it's given me a few little problems. And behind here we have a few other locals just standing by. Heading down to our diesel shop, we have 2 roads that head into the diesel shop and one track alongside which is used to store locomotives waiting for digital decoders. So all these 3. This one, the decoder actually just returned back from ESU after a problem, so that one will get fixed and sorted out fairly soon. This one being Fox Valley, I was presuming the ESU cathode decoder would actually fit in there, but it doesn't. So that one needs to be looked at. Depending on how things go, that might be a chassis swap with the new scale chains / Fox Valley ES44s. And we have this older style GP40, and that one's just awaiting a sound ready chassis swap. Coming on this side, behind the auto racks, we have the start of our Amtrak station. This little building will get replaced with this kit once it's built up, which is a kit that a friend in Florida sent me. Sorry, that's a correction, that's the detailing kit for our diesel shop. The kit for the Amtrak station here, now that you can see it a bit better, will be this one, standard wooden depot. So that'll get built at some point and sit where this little building does. And when it does, there'll be more plaster added down to house that on. The rest of it I haven't quite decided how it's going to look yet, so buildings are just placed randomly. The body for George Bush is actually from this SD70 right here. The chassis from that particular SD70 is down getting a couple of repairs done. Then up into this corner we have this huge monstrosity which will hide where the tracks curve round 90 degrees. This will be a one large hill, and we have here, when I squeeze around this other layout that I'm building, we have our little access hatch. But the idea is this will be a large mountain that will act as a scenic break from the town through to our bridge over the desert. With just in time we have this customised scale chains ET44 heading over. So you can see what that will look like. The bridge portals are not actually set in yet. We actually have a train coming in the other side of the tunnel as well. The idea is there will be a second tier of wood made on top of this with some internal lighting, so I can see what's going on inside if should something happen. It also allows easy access for cleaning and any other issues that might arise. So there's the auto rack heading down that way, and here's our manifest coming out the other side. So So that brings us nicely onto this bridge section. This bridge was the first thing I actually tried weathering myself, and I was quite pleased with how it came out. This is a Kibri kit, or 3 Kibri kits put together to make one bridge. And even though the photographic backscene isn't quite N-scale, I think it works quite nicely. So this will all merge in, so this side of the hill will all merge in with this backscene. This side will probably be a bit more green and go on that side. So once we come over the bridge, we have what will be another scenic break. I'll probably have a road going over here of some sort. Won't look quite right, but it needs something as a scenic break. Then we come down to the main yard, which goes the entire length of the other side of the garage. And so up this end we start with our 2-bay diesel stall, which would normally store our little switcher here. The plan is there's going to be 2 or 3 switches there. We've got that one, we've got this Allegheny in West Virginia custom version, and there's a CSX version getting done, which I'll probably get repainted as well. Alongside there we have the car repair shop, which is actually where I am storing quite a few freight cars that need work doing to them, including this Scale Chains auto rack, where unfortunately the spring has popped out one side of the coupler, so I need to get a new spring ordered for that. Behind there we have we'll have Tarpon Cold Foods. The idea on the industries over here is that all the industries will be named after particular locations that I've been to or have good memories of. So Tarpon Cold Foods is Tarpon Springs in Florida. Usually a nice place to go and chill out when I'm there with the family. I'll take cold food, refrigerated cars. They're the old Walthers version, so when the new Atlas ones comes out, they'll join them and they'll all get upgraded. Like I say, there's quite a few freight cars in there at the moment. Usually, pretty much all old cars that I've got Rapido trucks or couplers on. Up here, there's nothing wrong with these 2, they were just taken off the track out of the way for now. All these ones have like either Bachmann couplers or, well, they're all Bachmann. You know, all couplers and trucks that I want to replace, most of them body mounted. This is I believe an Athen auto rack. As you can see, he needs a new truck. So continuing along the back, we then have a lumber yard, which I haven't actually thought of a name for yet. But those buildings will get replaced and done with a new style, because that was the first time I tried doing them and wasn't too good at it. Heading further down the yard, we have 4 classification tracks full of various freight. I'll explain how I've organised that in a moment. Owasso distribution. Owasso is where I travel to every year to help on PM Market 1225. It's always good fun, so I had to have something to do with Owasso in there. This is the latest kit I built, and probably the best kit I've actually done to date, as in the quality it's come out at, and it just happened to fit perfectly in that space. Originally that was made up of this, which is the other half of Tarpon Cold Foods over there, but I think that one is going to end up going there now, and it was Cadillac Auto Parts, so there's got to be a few changes. We have Corona Steel, which is also in Michigan. It's just next to Owasso. No freight cars in the moment because they're either currently in the manifest or actually away getting weathered. Then we come up to Clearwater Grain. Clearwater Beach down in Florida. Stunning place. And I quite liked how the name rang out, so Clearwater Grain it is. And here again we have some more freight cars. Most of the freight cars that are actually up in the industries are ones awaiting new trucks, new couplers. And then we have Tropicana, which is a Florida thing, and I've always quite liked my Tropicana. So there's all the cars that are currently sat here only have 2-digit numbers, as they were all duplicates and need renumbering. Unfortunately, none of the Tropicana decals from Microscale match these particular cars, so they need to get looked at before they get weathered. In the classification yard, we have on track 1 all the freight cars that will be going to get weathered next, followed by track 2. These ones will then follow afterwards, with a couple needing renumbering because they're duplicates. These two at the end need new couplers on. Then this back track are ones that I probably won't weather because they are special liveries or special types, which would be a shame to get them weathered. So that's where they are there. The backdrop was a 10-foot backdrop that's been repeated and customised a bit, and it is of Panama City, and I think it worked quite well for the industry. Heading around here is the latest thing I did yesterday. So we have our highway overpass as a scenic break, hills, and a couple of diamonds, which I got the inspiration of that from Rochelle. The idea is you've got another 2 main lines heading down here and through this tunnel, when in fact they don't actually lead anywhere, so you'll never see anything going up and down them. But I think it's something rather different on the layout, and in fact you're going to be lucky enough to see 2 trains pass over them in just a second. So excuse the shakiness, I'm going to put the camera down so you can see this. All these freight cars you can see in the manifest I received back on Thursday or Friday after sending them off at the start of the week to get weathered, and I think they look absolutely fantastic. So another 18 have now gone down to join them. The autoracks will follow in due time as well. This rear autorack has no coupler, so that also needs sorting out as well. But I had a strange issue with the manifest train you just seen go past there. The front loco and the rear loco are both sound fitted, yet the front one, when in the other orientation, of all the places, randomly derailed here in that direction. Not on the diamonds, but here, and briefly shorted, and it's playing issues with the sound decoder, so I've got to get that reloaded. Luckily I've got a local programmer and a load of sound files so I can do that. But yeah, this is the area I'm working on at the moment. All a nice hilly terrain, which makes it all up nicely to head back round to here. So that's the layout tour. Ignore everything underneath, it's an absolute bomb site at the moment. I'm slowly trying to tidy it all up, but when I'm doing multiple things at once it's a bit difficult. So I think there's one little area I need to look at down here, because a few times those coil cars on the back of the train, when they've come along here and the auto racks are going the other way, they've actually caught the auto racks. So there's somewhere down here it's a bit too tight, so I need to work that one out and see what I can do with that. It might just have to be this closest track, pull it in slightly, but we'll see. Plenty of things going on. This side of the layout will probably be the last side that actually gets finished. This bottom end will probably be the first section that gets finished. This side, this entire hard stand needs sanding off. There's a bit more that actually needs added down here, as you can see. Lots of little jobs, lots of detailing, especially on these what I've used ground ballast on. These dirty sections need tidying up. I want to try and get the bridge permanently mounted because at the moment it's just loose. And there we are. So plenty going on, as you can tell from all the mess. I've even had to put a mobile air conditioning unit in here because in the northeast of England it is rather hot for us, considering we're not normally used to anything over 10 degrees Celsius. But and what are we currently on? Go to this 26, which usually means it's considerably warmer outside. Yeah, so that's the layout as it stands at the moment. If you've never seen it before, you now know what we're working with. If you like what you see and want to see more in future, which includes lots of train running videos, which is what the primary focus will be, then please subscribe to the channel, give the page a like, and I will try and provide more updates in the future. Until then, I will watch the stream go by and catch you later.